All right. Are we live? What's going on? What's going on? Ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying something different here. Normally I just record the video, but I was like, yeah, I'll just stream it. If anybody jumps in, we could have a discussion about Dragon's Dogma 2 microtransactions, including optional $2 appearance change, aren't going over well. And this is by Darren Bonface. Thank you, Darren. I'm going to read this article here because podcast that I listen to, and I figured I'd give my thoughts on it because welcome, Dragon's Dogma players, to a world I've been a part of for quite some time. I am, if you've been watching this channel for a long time, I am someone who loves Assassin's Creed games. I've been a long time fan of Assassin's Creed games. So I'm looking at this, and this is nothing new to me. I've been here before. I've had to deal with microtransactions like this. Well, similar in a way, not the same. But I've had to deal with microtransactions in Assassin's Creed Origins and Odyssey. It's like, what was it, Odyssey or was it Origins? They had it where you can just buy materials, you can buy weapons. There's cosmetic stuff too. There was in-game currency. It was just a whole bunch of stuff. Time savers, I think, is what Ubisoft called it. And I never bought these things. I just looked past it. I said, no, not me. Maybe I did buy a cosmetic for Bayek. I bought like an Altair or Ezio skin because those are my two favorite assassins of the Assassin's Creed franchise. So I probably bought one of those costumes, or I probably earned it through their Uplay promotion, Uplay website, you know, where you link your account to the game and you're able to get some in-game rewards and stuff like that, some free ones. But maybe I did buy like a skin or two or something like that, but I've never paid for time savers. I just struggled through the games. I just grinded and got through the game. From what I'm seeing or hearing from everyone that is talking about this from different news outlets and podcasts and stuff that I listen to, is that there are specific like fast travel like items that are tied to the microtransactions, but you then can earn them in the game. There's like 5 of them in the game that allows you to fast travel and stuff like that. Let's read this article here so I can have a better understanding of what's going on. Okay, let's read this. This is, like I said, by GameSpot's Darren Bonface. Dragon's Dogma 2 currently has mixed user reviews on Steam. Oh, let me turn off the music. That might be a little bit distracting for some of you. Lex Lewis said, hey, I'm here. Yo, what's up, Lex Lewis? Matter of fact, let's get our chat up in here. That way we can actually see you guys. Oh, yeah, we got the chat up. Okay. All right. I actually have the music. Okay. Music muted for you guys. I'm going to mute it for myself here as well. Listening to the Bomb Rush Cyberpunk soundtrack. All right, so Dragon's Dogma 2 currently has mixed user reviews on Steam, as players are pointing out the game's technical issues and controversial microtransactions. Now, I played the original Dragon's Dogma. Original Dragon's Dogma did have microtransactions too, which I never paid for. Actually, I never even knew until later down the road that Dragon's Dogma 1 had microtransactions back when I played it on PS3. But they were more like, currency to like get pawns or something of, I don't remember. I've never bothered with that type of stuff. At the time of writing, Dragon's Dogma 2 has 21 separate microtransactions available for purchase, with the full bundle costing $41.79 on the top of game's launch price of $70. And we can see some of these here. We got Explorer Camping, Dragon's Dogma Music and Sound Collection. So is that like the OST, official soundtrack? Harpy, Share Smoke Beacons, Herafelt Pendant, Lots of things here. And a bunch of crystals, rift crystals, wake stone. You restore the dead to life. Oh, so does that mean like if you? Because I remember in Dragon's Dogma 1, you can like grab pawns from online, and so I'm guessing. I'm just guessing here because I didn't finish the article yet. Is that like if the pawn that you downloaded from the internet dies, you can then resurrect them? Is that like what that is? I don't know. We'll see. None of these items have been pulled from Deluxe Edition's DLC, while others include a $2 microtransaction to change your character appearance. $2 to change your appearance? What? With an in-game item or wakestones for $1 each for when you need a quick resurrection. It's worth noting that these items can be found while playing Dragon's Dogma 2. Oh, is it like you die and then if you want to be resurrected right there in the combat of the area where you just died, you can do that? Is it like pay $1 for that? I'm guessing that's what that is. But if it's like you die and then you just go to the nearest like bonfire or whatever, nearest fast travel point, then yeah, dude, get good. I'm just kidding. But that's how it was in like Souls like games. You know, you die and then you resurrect to the nearest respawn point. So if there is no respawn point in your game, it's just like, are we playing like Diablo? Like if you die, you lose your character or something like that? I assume you die, you just go to the nearest fast travel point. But there are people that's probably like, nah, I want to resurrect right there on the spot. Well, how are you supposed to get better at the game? So I would say don't buy that. Of course, don't buy any of these unless you need it, unless you need these handicaps, because that's pretty much, it's a crutch. It's a crutch, okay? For people that are struggling through the game. At that point, if you're struggling that bad and you're not making any progress, I guess just trade the game in or get a refund, or I don't know how it goes nowadays with buying digital games, but I know I buy a lot of GameStop games. I bought Ghostbusters because I'm excited for the new Ghostbusters movie. So you guys said that this game is really good, and so I picked it up. Picked up the Ghostbuster game. Let's see. Where am I? A lot of in-game currency to acquire them from vendors. They can also be unlocked or discovered while adventuring officially. These microtransactions were unveiled a day before the global release of Dragon's Dogma 2. Overall, these microtransactions appear to be aimed at players looking for a few shortcuts to avoid some of the more organic challenges in Dragon's Dogma 2. Exactly, people that suck. I'm just gonna say you suck. You're not good. You're not adapting to the game. You suck, and you need these crutches. Okay, what's up, Unit? He said, "Hey man, can you raid my stream when you are done, bro? I started streaming in like years ago." What? I didn't even know you were streaming again. No, because I'm going to end this stream and then I'm gonna immediately start streaming on my own. We're gonna be playing Power World tonight. All right. Maybe if you're still streaming afterwards. What's up, Unit? Though. Let's see. To avoid some of the more organic challenges, blah blah blah. For example, fast travel is restricted in the game due to the development team wanting players to experience the world around them and discover fun diversions along the way. But players can purchase or discover rare fairy stones in the game to teleport to port crystals. If players would prefer to establish their own network, port crystals are available for $3 each and can be placed at a location of their choosing. All right, so if there's mounts in the game, then I don't mind just traversing. It depends how big the maps are. There has to be like some way to like fast travel, you know, or get to your destination a lot quicker, whether it's like paying a what was it? What game was it? It was Greedfall. You can pay one of the carrier guys to carriage guys to like teleport you to a certain location or something like that. I think it was that one. It was either that or it was like Assassin's Creed Mirage. I forget, but it was one of those games you could like pay an in-game NPC. In-game currency, and they'll teleport you to the nearest thing. So as long as there's like mobility, like fast mobility, whether it's like, you know, you get on your horse and you just go across, and you know, it's an adventure. That's why you come to these games. You know, who wants to just fast travel all over darn place when you can just be on your horse named Roach and just, you know, venture out into the wild. What's up, King Ghost Wolf? He says, hey. Let's see. Technical issues have also come to light on PC, with players criticizing the use of anti-piracy de novo, as it is allegedly causing significant performance drops. In response to all these issues, Capcom posted a message on their Steam page for the game. All right, de novo, we hate it. Us as gamers, we don't like it. If de novo's in the game, I will not buy the game, said game. Like, that's one of the things that I look for whenever I purchase a game. Does it have de novo? Nope, I'm not buying it. So right there. And then, you know, I picked up Princess Peach because I want to have a good time. I didn't pick up Dragon's Dogma 2. I wanted to wait because I'm playing too many games as is. But yeah, this stream, this quick, you know, going through this is not going to be that long. It's probably going to be like 30-40 minutes tops. Let's see. They say, and I quote, "We would like to update you on the status of the following items, about which we have received numerous comments from the community. To all those looking forward to this game, we sincerely apologize for any inconvenience." Capcom wrote, the company says it is investigating several issues causing game crashes, is looking at an option to allow users to restart their adventure, and is examining how it can improve overall performance. If you are planning to get started on an adventure and you'd prefer some free assistance to aid you on your quest, you can check out GameSpot's Dragon's Dogma 2 Guides Hub for tips on how to recruit pawn companies and secret discovery. All right, where the end? Oh, it ended right there. That's where the quote ended. Okay. Guys, it's optional. It's optional. Yes, I understand. Here. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. Okay. Capcom, they were doing so good. They were doing so good. All right. But dude, there are people out there that want to experience some games that we play, you know, like there isn't a easy way for people to play Elden Ring or Demon Souls or Dark Souls, those type of like Souls games. This is a way to get other people that aren't accustomed to these type of games a crutch, like if they get stuck, you know, to get through said area, or you know, it's too time consuming for them to travel on their horse or whatever. This is for like the whales or whoever, you know, like just like mobile games. I play a couple of mobile games here. I haven't put any money into any games. The only one, well, Raid Shadow Legends, I did put almost a little bit more than the Xbox Series X of, but that was a long time ago. Anyways, this is not for us. It's not for people like me that just want to play the game and enjoy it. You know, you can overlook this, just like I said with Odyssey and Origins. This is something you could just overlook. I think the thing that people, that's why people are in disgust with this, is that they didn't implement it until after the reviews. Like, apparently reviewers did have like a big page that they had to read that told them that microtransactions was in the game, but a lot of reviewers just skimmed over it. Didn't even. It's like when you boot up a game for the first time, you see that agreement, and you're like, scroll down, X button. It happened. And even the ESRB actually put something in there in the description for this game that yes, there is microtransactions in this game, but how many people actually go to the ESRB to look at, you know, what's going to be implemented in their game before they purchase said game? They usually just watch a review or something, and because some reviewers they missed that point right there, it's like it just came out of nowhere for a lot of gamers. But this was something that they were planned to put into the game. So I'm just going to say it is what it is. I'm not going, if I was to get Dragon's Dogma, I wouldn't purchase these microtransactions. I would just look past it, just like with Origins and Odyssey, and I would just play through the game. I would grind. You know, the fast travel thing, it depends on how easy it is to traverse. I remember, like, for me and Ghost, when we played Diablo, I didn't get my horse until like near the end of the game, because you had to progress a certain, you know, you had to progress to a certain point in the story. So there was a lot of me just on foot, you know, dashing and walking. I think that's what they're trying to go for. They're trying to give you that type of Lord of the Rings vibe where you're venturing out and, you know, there isn't this whole fast travel system. This is a game for people that are like, you know, I really miss like adventure games like this that don't have fast travels. I want to actually like explore, get on my horse, you know, and just ride out and adventure off. So I think that's the type of game they're going for. You know, you like your Red Deads without fast travel, you know. But I don't think we should be talking about this. This is not the problem with Dragon's Dogma 2, in my opinion. The problem with Dragon's Dogma 2 is seems to be the same problem that occurs with almost every game that's AA or AAA that we pick up nowadays. Performance. This is what people aren't talking about. I watched Moist Critical's stream of him attempting to even play Dragon's Dogma on his PC. I've also watched Asmongold, which, you know, it ran like butter on his setup. He had no problems, but Moist Critical specifically had multiple crashes of this game on his stream. Had to lower the settings, had to turn off ray tracing, still could not get the game to run properly. That is the thing we need to start holding these developers accountable to, because there has been way too many games that come out where it's an online game, you know, always online game, similar to Helldivers, or apparently Dragon's Dogma 2 needs to be connected online, where the servers don't work, you know, or you're just waiting, you know, just waiting in line, waiting to play your game. That's not how video games should be nowadays, man. When I go to GameStop back in the days at a midnight launch, I'm waiting in line to get my game to then go home and play it immediately. I shouldn't have to wait in line at the midnight launch and then have to then wait in line to play my game at home. That needs to stop. These consoles are extremely powerful, the Xbox Series X and the PS5. We should not need a pro version of either console this early in their life cycle. This is the stuff we need to talk about. Like, games should not be running at minimum 30 FPS in 2024. Next thing you're going to tell us, oh, this game runs at 720p. Like, it feels like, you know, as technology advances, it feels like we're going back in time with our games. Like, the hardware is amazing. The games we're getting as far as performance, graphical fidelity, it's starting to go down. So I'm not concerned about microtransactions, because it's microtransactions I could look past. What I can't look past is me trying to play a game on my 4K TV here, and it only runs at 720p or 30 to 40 frames per second, where my system, my PS5 or my Xbox can run at 120 and 4K. This is not acceptable. And always online. Stop with the always online. That Capcom is like, we don't want people modding our games anymore. That needs to stop. If it's on PC, let them mod it. You know, if they find a way, just let them mod it, man. I know you want to make money off of cosmetics, costumes, and stuff like that, but that is not what you need to be focusing your attention on. You need to start focusing your attention on making a quality product that when it comes out, that people aren't talking negatively about it. That's the thing. You want people to be talking positively about your game. And I'm so sick and tired of buying games and then I have to wait a week or so for them to, hey, yeah, we're making a patch and it's going to improve your performance for your game, whether it's PC, console. It's unacceptable. Guys, this is a distraction. The microtransaction. You can still play Dragon's Dogma 2 and not spend a dime. Just like I played Origins and Odyssey without spending for their time savers. You can get past that. What we can't get past is when we want to play our game like Moist Critical wanted to play his game and it just kept crashing. We need to reach a state in the gaming industry, like where we can buy a game and the game is a complete experience. It works. And it doesn't have always online. I hate always online. Always online needs to go away. But seriously, that microtransactions, that's not a cause for concern. You don't have to spend it. The concern is the performance. People been waiting years for Final Fantasy VII, right? We now got the second part of Final Fantasy VII. It's Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. What did I see online? Why does this game look like a smeary mess in performance mode? Every time one of these high-profile games come out, it's always, my game is running at this frame rate. My graphics look like this. My game crashes. Which is why I stop buying games day one. That's what we need to hold these developers accountable for. Making sure that when the game comes out, it works. It works. It's running at the frame rate it should be. There's no reason why I should be spending $600 or $500 for one of these consoles, and I'm only able to run my game at like 30 to 40 FPS because they locked it to it. No, every game should be 60 FPS or higher, unless they're trying to, take advantage of nostalgia. Like, hey, this game reminds you of like when you used to play Sega Genesis games or, 16-bit games or something. But there's no excuse. Redfall came out, a first-person shooter, and it ran at 30 FPS. Guys, what microtransactions, not a cause for concern. The quality of our games is the bigger problem. Because even what if Grand Theft Auto, the new Grand Theft Auto comes out and it runs at 30 FPS? We will all probably still buy it because it's Grand Theft Auto. We will buy it off a name alone. But if it's not a quality experience, there are going to be people that's going to be online on Twitter or X or YouTube making a video like this complaining about this game runs like dog poop, okay? Developers need to do better in giving us quality experiences. You only have one try to get it right. One try, especially in my book. There is no second try. If I watch a review, multiple reviews, I read articles and stuff, and I hear that, the game runs like dog poop, I'm not buying it. You're not getting my $60. And, these developers want that money. They want that revenue because a lot of these developers have the mindset of, let's spend hundreds of millions of dollars to develop a game, and then they charge us $70, which I think is a sweet deal. That's a sweet deal, $70, but they're not getting the return on their investment because the game runs like shit. Okay, it runs like crap. And there's going to be people that's going to vocal those points. They're going to be like, this game runs like crap. And what's going to happen? You're going to lose another sale. And then that's going to spread. It's going to keep spreading. It's going to spread until everybody's like, nope, not buying the game. I heard it runs like crap. Make your games come out. Make your games a quality product. It doesn't need to look like Marvel Spider-Man. It doesn't need to look like Metal Gear Solid. It doesn't need to look like Death Stranding. You need to stop focusing on graphic whoring. We don't, myself, I don't really care about how real to life a game looks. I just want a great experience. That's what I care about. So if you could just come out with games that are fun, like I said, Bomb Rush Cyberpunk earlier, there we go. Like Helldivers is super fun. Unfortunately, you got to connect to a server. These games are fun, you know. Celeste is fun, super fun game. Hades is super fun, and it has a great story. Like, you don't need your games to look like Call of Duty, like visuals and whatnot. We don't need that. We just want to play great games. And if your game is great and it just doesn't perform well, people aren't going to buy it. If your game isn't great and it still doesn't perform well, it's definitely not going to be purchased. So, like, let's worry more about the quality of the game instead of the additional content, the microtransactions, the pay to win mechanics. Because you can get past microtransactions. You can overlook pay to win. You can't overlook your game not being able to play. You know? So let me get to some of these comments here. Lex Lewis said, let them play Sekiro. Lex Lewis also says, Origins microtransaction was awesome. So was Black Flag. Lex Lewis says, they are cutting corners, yo. King Ghostwolf said, Rise of Ronin is so much fun. King Ghostwolf agrees with me. Yeah, let's just focus on making quality games. If a company wants to focus on microtransactions, let them die on that hill. Let them die on that hill. You could choose not to buy the game if microtransactions is being put in such a negative taste in your mouth. Just don't buy the game. Just don't buy the game. Or if you want to be like me, just overlook it. You know, they shoved it in my face in Origins and Odyssey, and I said, no, I'm good. I'll just keep, taking down these forts, these camps, getting legendary gear, building my armor and whatnot, and I'll beat this game. And I had an enjoyable experience, and I didn't have to spend a single dime. I didn't. And right there, we saw that Lex Lewis said Black Flag. I didn't even know Black Flag had microtransactions, and that's one of my favorite Assassin's Creed games. I didn't even know it had microtransactions. I knew they had the DLC with Adewale, but that's about it. Like if there's DLC, like additional content similar to like what BioShock Infinite did, like I'll buy the DLC. I'll buy expanded game content. I just don't buy microtransactions. That's just not my jam, dude. And when I pick up Dragon's Dogma 2, I'm just going to look past the microtransactions. I'm just going to enjoy the game for what it is. And if you don't have the time to play a game like Dragon's Dogma, where it's a adventure game, an open world adventure game, and you want to just fast travel everywhere, then find a different game. There are plenty of action adventure games, like role-playing games that you can play that allow you to have the same experience and allow you to fast travel. You don't have to buy Dragon's Dogma, and you can buy these games for a cheaper price. You ever heard of Dragon Age Origins, Dragon Age 2? Dragon Age Inquisition. There are plenty of Witcher. The Witcher games are freaking phenomenal. There are plenty of different types of games out there that are similar in perspective to Dragon's Dogma. You just have to look for them. You might find a treasure in the rough, like I did. Like apparently this Ghostbusters game is freaking phenomenal from what you guys said. So, hey man, there we go. Rise of Ronin is amazing, says Lex Lewis. King Ghostbusters said a lot of people like it. So yeah, there are a lot of people that really love Dragon's Dogma 2, and they don't even know about the whole microtransactions thing going on right now. They picked up the game and they're just playing it. But a lot of people are just voicing their frustration about these microtransactions, where it's not like they're forcing you to buy it. I think the only thing that I saw for me personally, besides the performance, as far as microtransactions, is the creating a new character. Like a game should at least have 3 save slots, 3 character save slots. I think that's unacceptable. I guess you'll just have to restart the entire game over as a different character. You know, like, because I know when I play games similar in perspective, I like to create like a warrior, and then after I beat it, then I'll create like a sorcerer, you know. So that really sucks, because that was the same thing. Oh, speaking of another Capcom game, that was the same thing with Streets of Rage, which not Streets of Rage, Street Fighter, excuse me, Street Fighter 6, the World Tour mode. You can only create one character, and then you could customize that character. You could like swap the gender and stuff, you know, in the game, and it costs in-game currency. But in order to actually restart the world tour over, you have to delete your character, and I wanted to restart. I beat it as a male character. I was like, oh, I want to run through the world tour again as a female character, and I couldn't do it. The only way for me to do it was to create another profile on my system, and then, you know, be able to start over there. So I Capcom, it seems like they did so well. They did so well with all these remakes, and now they're reaching Resident Evil 5, which that's a whole kerfuffle online. And they're talking about, like, if we remake 5, we're gonna have to like redo the entire thing, because, you know, I enjoyed 5 to a certain extent, but, you know, there are people that thought it was a little too action heavy, you know. So and then there's some story stuff that they said they're probably going to change too, which whatever. But yeah, it seems like hey, Capcom's digging their own grave, and yeah, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Last comments here. Lex Lewis says Black Flag had to have microtransactions because you are a pirate. Ha ha! You're a funny guy. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button. Consider subbing to the channel with the notifications bell turned on. That way you'll be notified whenever I go live, whenever I upload any new videos, or whenever I post to the community tab. I didn't take any sides on this. I just gave my thoughts and opinions on it, and for people complaining about microtransactions, just look past it. Do what I did with previous games that had. Maybe the people that are playing this is new to this, but I'm not new to this. There's plenty of games that I played that had microtransactions in it, or that added microtransactions later, that I was just like, yeah, skip that, get that off my screen. I want to get back in the game. So you can do that, or you can just not buy the game. So there you go. Until then, I hope to see you all next time, or here shortly for my stream of Pal World, for some more video games. All right. Good night.